Thank you for taking Time for Hemp. I am your host, Casper Leitch. You are listening to the live version of Time for Hemp all around the world on AmericanFreedomRadio.com and on AM/FM stations all across America. I want to say hello and thank you to KDK Distributors for being nice enough to give us a grant to keep us strong here at Time for Hemp. And because of them, we are in the faces of the opposition, as we call them, at the war on drugs. Tonight is listener call-in night. If you want to call in and voice your opinion, tell us that you hate the show, love the show, think I'm silly, like the guest, whatever, like the music, you can call into area code 402-237-2525. And we're going to have on the program tonight, joining us towards the end of the show, about 1:30, will be Dean Becker. Dean is considered the official guest host when I'm on vacation. And then we also have Hippie Butter joining us about 5 minutes past the hour. And on the program right now with us is Carey Burns. Carey, thank you for taking Time for Hemp.
Good evening, Casper. How you feeling tonight?
Oh man, I'll tell you, it's cold. It's starting to snow. It's a different part of the year. You can tell it here in Indiana. How about you? Well,
we've had kind of a little bit of cold already, but tonight we're kind of having one of those warm nights. It's going to be like 55 tonight for a low, so it's not too bad. But we got some cold weather coming in a couple of days. It's supposed to keep us down around freezing. So, but it's that time of year.
Well, great. Yeah, well, that's what they call it, Christmas, huh?
That's right. That's right.
All righty. Well,
but I do like the music. Yeah.
Have you noticed that I've been doing some special Christmas music?
Yeah, I like the music. I really do. I was just sitting here humming along, you know.
Oh, well, no, I've got some special Christmas music that we will definitely be playing throughout the course of the broadcast. That is for sure. And it's marijuana holiday bud music that we just really have to enjoy, to say the least.
No kidding. This is the time of year to really celebrate.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And if given the opportunity, we can listen to a song like this.
Heart count the bud, sweet sticky buds, all sing to say, smoke me away, green sticky weed for you and me. Time going by, Christmas while high. Heart count the bud, sweet sticky buds, all sing to say, smoke me away, green sticky weed for you and me. Time going by, Christmas while high. Oh, how we like them, all night, song and all toking and Christmas is here, what brings good cheer? Inhale the smoke, leave Santa a toke.
Did you like that? We got that and a whole lot more when we come back from break here at Time for Hemp.
I'm kinda high, let me excuse myself. But it seems like it's just moments since we met. I'm kinda high, let me introduce myself.
Yeah, baby, let me introduce myself. My name is Casper Leitch. The program, Time for Hemp, heard all around the world on AmericanFreedomRadio.com and on AM/FM stations all across America. It is an honor tonight to have on the program my new friend. We've been hanging out now for about a month, Carey Burns. He's got a groovy little spot that you can learn a lot of great information about this wonderful plant called Cannabis Corner there on YouTube. Carey, it rocks having you on our program.
Well, it's always fun to be on here, Casper, and get to talk about and rattle up the DEA a little bit. You know, somebody's got to do it.
And did you like that Christmas song?
I love that Christmas song. I was just singing along, Bud, 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 Bud.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll play a longer version of it. I'll play a longer version of it at the half-hour break. It really rocks. I love it. It's one of my favorite tunes.
And I love
we got. Okay, and we got Brad Ervin, who just said hello on the line. He's from Hippie Butter. Say, are you high, Brad?
How you doing, everybody? Are you high?
Hi, Brad.
Hey, how you doing? Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, too.
And we've also got a caller on the line from area code 928, it looks like here. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here. Enjoying listening to you brothers talk.
Well, thank you very much. Have you got a comment or a question for either Brad or Carey or myself?
Yeah, I'm in a state of frustration right now. I've been trying to talk to the community that the state strategy where everybody's voting, like in this state and that state, we're spinning our wheels. We need to be putting, in my opinion, we need to be putting pressure on the White House to end hemp prohibition by executive order. I don't know what else to do. Nobody's paying attention. Any ideas for how we, the people, can put pressure on the White House to end this nightmare called hemp prohibition so that we can use the plant to create jobs, save our environment, make effective medicine, pray, and most importantly, party because it's time for hemp.
I like that. Well, I pass that to either to Carey or Brad.
Well, I say that. Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Carey. I'll let you go for it, Carey.
Well, I just want to say that it's a shame that we have to even have votes for stuff like that and all. I think that the 50 million strong cannabis users out there should get together. I mean, 50 million people. I mean, that's nearly as many people that go and vote, you know, in major elections. But it's a shame we even have to have a vote. But I think we all need to pick up a baseball bat and storm the White House and, you know, bang it into their heads. Look, we're tired of y'all telling us what to do. This is our individual choice. This is our right of our Constitution to be an American is freedom of choice. And this is my choice to use this safe herb as opposed to all this dangerous crap that they've made legal out there.
That's true, Carey. But the reason they're doing it by state is because the federal government has made plans with the UN to keep it illegal throughout the whole entire world. So if we take on our government at the White House, we also have to take on the world at the same time.
But the one thing about that, one thing about the international, the international treaty that does.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Please. The world is hemp. In China, hemp is legal. They even have a bank of agriculture to do like what Willie Nelson's lend a hand to the farmers. They're doing that in China. They're not doing that here. What I'm saying is we need to stop accepting this. I remember 1996 going for Prop 215 because that was going to do it, and it was also voted in Arizona, legal in Arizona where I am. And here we are 15 years later. The reason I say Jack Herrera Executive Order 420 is very obvious to me. Jack Herrera in his whole life never got his props. Says he's the author of the Marijuana Bible. And Casper, you know, because you were Jack's assistant. Jack gave his life on this one, and which is why I think his name should be on an executive order. Barack Obama signed pardons for 9 criminals today. You know, we've got 1 million people almost 1 million people, 800,000 and some, who are in jail for interacting with nature. That's absolutely ridiculous. And the Jack Herrera executive order should be a package that says if you are convicted on marijuana, then you need a Patriots clause, and you should get the same kind of benefits that the military folks do because you're a warrior, and you're being a warrior for the planet. because hemp is such an important part of our ecosystem. So what I'm asking about is a strategy. What can we do to get our president to please just sign an executive order so in the twinkle of an eye, this nightmare is over and we can, all of a sudden, we've got 50,000 products, and if it's just 10 companies for each product, that's 500,000 either new companies or expanded, and each one of those do only 10 jobs apiece, and, you know, like with the clubs now, it's many more than 10 jobs, then that's going to be 5 million jobs in a heartbeat. And we're sitting up here having to whine about, gee, we only made 39,000 jobs this past month. With hemp, we can be doing millions of jobs quickly and competing internationally.
Well, getting back to what Brad had said about the international treaty, it's the single narcotics treaty that they bound us in. They did it because they had to support their crap for the Controlled Substance Act 10 years later. But what happened on this, though, they did have a section in there where our Constitution and our president, if they deemed it so that cannabis should be legal in the United States, then we can exit ourselves from our obligation in that treaty in that regard. And that's what we've got to do. It also can happen one other way. The Health and Human Services Director, it can also, they're actually the ones that are in control of this. They could actually pass an order that says cannabis is legal tomorrow, and it would be so. And there was nothing the DEA or anybody could do about it. And so I think that's where we got to go after. We got to go after of course, they're part of Homeland Security, which runs the DEA and all that. So you're up against a bunch of obstacles. But I think the key thing is that they should have to prove their validity as to why they have this plant on the Controlled Substance Act, because none of the things about this plant fit any of the criterion that require it to be in any of the schedules, let alone Schedule 1.
Great idea.
You're right. We do have to get it from Schedule 1 down to Schedule 2. That is a big hurdle.
No, that's bullshit. We need to bypass that altogether. Take it off.
We are live on the air.
Yeah, sorry about that. Take it off the scheduling altogether.
Yes, I agree. This whole schedule thing, that's an illusion. That's a divide and conquer technique. My drug is better or worse than your drug. That is so irrelevant to the conversation. What's relevant right now is restoring nature, because if we can restore nature, like the Mormons say, all herb bearings need to be in the mix. So with that as the foundation, we're sitting up here with the world out of balance. Reinserting this plant would put so many things back into balance, even this violence trip that we're dealing with right now. You know, we've made the peace pipe illegal and going through dramas about war and violence. It doesn't have to be that way when we can have young people sit down and discuss their differences over a bowl, as Casper said, rather than with a gun, as what the police keep on jumping into the middle of. Do I talk too much?
No, not at all. You're just putting out a lot of good questions, and it's all hard to do because it's all done with politics, and politics don't play with normal rules that the rest of us do in society.
Right, but here's what's happening.
I mean, all of us are in 100% agreement that we need to stop the war on drugs, stop scheduling things, and stop telling people what to do. But to do that, we need to do it in small steps and educate every single person around us that that is what needs to be done, and not really go and attack David and Goliath and, go after the president. I think we all need to go to each and every one of our friends and educate them about the truths, and it will move from there.
Okay, I've been doing that since the 80s. And we're now 20, 30 years into small steps. And I've appreciated and celebrated every small step. But we're out of time now. When the system is killing so many people and shattering so many families, it's almost like I don't see where we have any time to be polite anymore.